Hello friends, Magnet back here with another part of Oxygen Not Included's walkthrough of the base game. Let's take a look at a couple things that have changed. Just added a recreation room, nothing too wild going on in the main base. But more importantly, I did get the first couple of research missions done. So the first two places that these rockets went to these two closest asteroids, and they basically will return databanks for you, and they will also reveal what the contents of the planet are. So what I'm going to be doing for these next couple of missions is just sending out a couple of rockets to these two areas, or two of these three. It doesn't really matter which ones. I mostly want to know what is here, and also to get more databanks because I have run out at home. So the next rockets I'm going to be going with are going to look like this, just a steam engine at the bottom, one solid fuel thruster, which I don't like that much because it spends iron. That's not a great thing to spend for rocket fuel, but these were already filled up with steam by the time I was ready to use them, so I figured I might as well. I will probably not use these anymore unless I absolutely have to. So I don't remember all the distances on these rockets because it's been a while since I played the base game, but we'll figure it out. So I'm hoping not to use this anymore, only because I don't have an iron volcano. But if I need to get more, there's still plenty of iron around the map that I can refine. Pockets here, pockets there, huge one right here. So I can always get more if I need it. I just don't particularly like it. So yeah, I'm just going to be going to a couple of asteroids. Rocket looks about like this. It's going to be one steam engine, one solid fuel thruster, 4, 5, 6 research modules. That's as much as I can possibly fit and still make it to the second level of asteroids. So that is the plan. In order to get this going, though, you need Oxylite. So I've created an Oxylite refinery, which is just chilling here. Whenever Oxylite gets produced, it goes into this conveyor loader, and it just goes straight down into the water right here because it's right next to where I'm going to need to load it, and if it's underwater, it will not gas off. Otherwise, you run the risk of gassing off your Oxylite, which is effectively just wasting it if you let it sit out. So this is also going to require gold. I do have a little bit of gold. It doesn't use a tremendous amount, only like 3 grams a second. But just for that case, I'm going to take my gold volcano, which is down at the bottom of the map. I haven't quite got it yet. Just to get some free renewable gold out of this volcano. Plus, it'll always give you a little bit of extra energy. So this is on the way as well. That'll probably be up by the time we go to the next video, but let's just go ahead and launch the next area. Oh, also, if you need to ever supply things directly to one of these places, you will need another gantry. So this can get a little bit expensive on the steel, but it's not too terrible. So let's select destinations for these two. We want to go to further ones now, so this one's probably totally fine. Let me go back to the rocket list and select the other one. Yeah, we want to change this one. Sure. Okay, then we'll go back. Let me assign the pilots. So Ruby, Ari, same ones as we were using before. Hopefully they'll show up and it won't be that weird case that I got. So I'm trying to do it in a different order of selecting the destination first and then telling them to be assigned there. So hopefully they'll show up here pretty soon. Looks like here comes one of them. Oh, nope, that's me. Never mind. Yeah, so I guess it'll happen. As far as anything else that's going on, I'm really just going to be trying to widen my rocket area so that I can launch more at a time. What's going to happen eventually is we're going to need to get on a third fuel type. So the next fuel type that I'm going to be going for is petroleum, as we alluded to. They were just coming out here to fly, and now I think it's their time to go back to their break or to sleep or something. Yep, okay, that's what's taking them so long. So the next one is definitely going to be petroleum, so I'm going to be creating petroleum engines and try to get out as far as I can on those. And part of what I'm going to be doing is bringing stuff back. So the next thing I'm going to be researching is this cargo bay. And what I want to bring back is mainly going to be something to create fuel for, to create supercoolant, which is going to allow me to make liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. I'll probably put that system right here, so I'll show you that, because that can be a little bit tricky to get up the first time, but we will build that out. But one thing we need before that is we need supercoolant, which requires fullerene. So if I go to my star map, it'll tell me what's at each one of these, and some of these are question marks. So I will need to go to these places in order to know what is actually here, and then I can send my ship out to mine it a little bit. So when it's time to mine it, we'll come back and we'll kind of demonstrate how that's going to work, but I need fullerene. So if you see fullerene on there, that's where you want to go. The place this is going to be done at is your molecular forge. I'll need to build in a separate area for it because it is a taller building than usual. So I don't know, maybe I'll make it over here or something. Not really sure, but I'll need to carve out space. So yeah, I'm going to need that, and I will need a drop for petroleum, kind of similar to how I have it here for the water. They need to be able to pump the petroleum out and actually load it into the machine. So I'll need to create one of those, but we'll do that when it's time. Where are these two duplicates? Why do I always have such a hard time with this? What are they doing? Fine, we'll just assign different people. How about that? I don't know why this is always such a struggle. Like, I feel like they're just not... Maybe it's not prioritized. No, it's prioritized at 7. Why would they not be coming here? I don't know what's happening, but it looks like finally something's coming here. This is, yeah, all I will say is that this is a very frustrating part of the base game. Spaced out is definitely much easier to use, so that's at least good. So let me turn off these gantries, then we can go ahead and launch this thing, which again is very clunky in the base game, unfortunately. So we'll get that one out of there, and then the other duplicant is... Who's assigned to this? Lindsay, what are you doing? Oh, sleeping, of course. Why would you not be sleeping? Alright, we'll assign someone else. How about Ruby? By the way, your morale is probably going to get very high by this point. So if you can afford it, you might as well just keep dumping... Whoa, I've never seen NA on this screen before. You can just keep dumping skills into these duplicates until they hit their ceilings. My ceilings on a lot of them is sitting in the low 30s or mid 30s. But by the time you get to that point, there's almost nothing left for them to do. So some of these that I have assigned here, Lindsay has 35 skill points. Piloting, mechatronics, all of the athletics, most of the strength, I guess I could get these two. Ranching, building, and digging. Like, outside of that, there's not really much of a reason for me to put many points into farming or art or cooking, outside of the 1 or 2 that might have it. Doctoring, I have none of them, so yeah, late game skills is basically like, you will eventually hit a ceiling in terms of usefulness as far as I'm concerned. Alright, we'll just launch this one really quickly and we'll call it a day. So, launch. Yay. Alright, so we got those two out there. We're going to be getting some more databanks. It looks like our pipes are getting a little bit damaged. And since I'm not going to be launching steam engines anymore, I will just deconstruct these so that they're not trying to load it anymore. If I needed to put it back, I will, but I don't know why I would want to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, a shorter video, and in the late game, there's not really a whole lot to do, so I'll keep myself occupied by making some volcanoes and digging some of this out to get some more metal, expanding my rocket area, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Like I mentioned, it does slow down quite a bit in the late game, so this is where we are. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another part here really soon.